All right, Oil Country, who needed the win more, the fan base or the team? But it doesn't matter. The Oilers, they find a way to win in regulation. 3-1. They got goaltending. They got some depth scoring. Evan Bouchard scored a power play goal. Calvin Pickard looked great. Why couldn't the team just do this earlier on the road trip? I'm not going to complain, though. Honestly, you take the wins when you can. The Oilers were desperate for a win, and they played desperate hockey. And yes, things got a little sketchy there in the third period, but at the end of the day, they were able to lock things down. Calvin Pickard looked incredible tonight, by the way. I kind of feel bad. When they announced that Calvin Pickard was getting the start, I went on Twitter and I was like, you know what? My pregame prediction was 5-1. Now it's going to be 7-1 for Carolina. And Calvin Pickard proved me wrong because the reverse jinx works 60% of the time, every single time. I'm telling you, folks, that's how it works. I don't do the math. You know, in fact, I'm so bad at math that I don't even know how the math works on that. But I'm taking credit for that, okay? I'm taking credit for Calvin Pickard just absolutely stonewalling the Carolina Hurricanes. And can I also just say one thing about the officiating tonight? The power plays were 4-2 in favor of Carolina. The Oilers went 1-2. Carolina went 1-4. But my God, until Carolina was finally called for their second infraction with a minute and a half left, I could not believe the officiating. There is no way after everything they called in that first period. Carolina had 3 power plays in the first period. You're telling me after the first period, everyone played perfect hockey? You're telling me the Carolina Hurricanes played perfect, infraction-free hockey after everything that they had been calling? I don't buy it. I don't buy it from the officials, but again, I shouldn't complain. The Oilers do find a way to win. Calvin Pickard played phenomenal. I don't know what Connor McDavid was doing on the power play with about a minute left or whenever. I think it was Sebastian Aho who got the breakaway that Calvin Pickard stopped with about 40 seconds left. I don't know what that was by McDavid at the blue line. You got to recognize how much time is left. You've got to be able to bear down, but they eventually did get the empty netter, 0.6 seconds left or something. It's so funny, though, that the Edmonton Oilers in general are so allergic to empty nets. Connor McDavid had a shot that was stopped. Leon Draisaitl hit the post. Finally, Evan Bouchard just clap-bombed it into the open cage. Thank God that counts, because I'm very selfish, and I want Leon Draisaitl to also win the Art Ross on top of the Rocket, so he also got a point on that empty net goal by Evan Bouchard. So thank you, Evan Bouchard, for hitting the empty net. And for the Edmonton Oilers, this was a team that really, really needed a win before they head back home. They finally will get a couple days of rest. They can fly home to Edmonton tonight. They'll probably be off tomorrow. I doubt they won't even be anywhere near the rink, and it's deserved. With what this team has been going through mentally and physically, give the boys some rest, and everyone on this team right now should be buying Calvin Pickard meals for the next couple weeks, because Calvin Pickard, without his stellar play in that third period, the Edmonton Oilers, they absolutely do not win this hockey game. And it just goes to show how important goaltending is. The Oilers probably deserved more than the 3 goals that they scored tonight, and one was into an empty net. I thought until about halfway through the third, the Oilers were controlling play. They had the better chances, and I thought Freddie Anderson had some good saves. We also had that goal taken away from Zach Hyman. It went off of his skate. Now, did that count? Did that goal count? It's tough to say because there was a bit of movement from his foot. Now, some people will say, it was a redirection, because you are allowed to move your foot to redirect a puck. You're just not allowed to have a kicking motion. In my personal opinion, it did look like that the puck hit Hyman's skate, and then he reacted to the puck hitting his skate and moved his skate forward. However, that would have been a really tough one to challenge, and I'm glad that the Oilers didn't, because you know, if you lose that challenge, absolutely wouldn't have been worth it at all. Carolina would have got another power play. So at the end of the day, doesn't matter. The Oilers get the win. Let's kind of take a look at a couple of these goals from the Edge Visualizer. Things got started with Adam Henrique and Matthias Janmark shorthanded, and you absolutely love to see that. Henrique and Janmark are the 2 players that I have been so hard on lately. I called Henrique, Janmark, and Brown the 3 Stooges the other night. Probably kind of mean by me. I probably shouldn't call players names like that. But we'll take a look at the Edge Visualizer here, shorthanded between Janmark and Henrique. Nice job by Janmark and Henrique, the 2-on-2. Janmark with a perfect play, by the way. He did this on purpose. He shot towards Anderson's left pad so that it would kick the rebound out towards Adam Henrique, and it goes off of his leg and in. Now, Freddie Anderson, he was complaining to the officials. He thought maybe that was kicked in by Henrique. Absolutely not. Good goal from the Oilers. And then Corey Perry gets his 13th goal of the season. Corey Corey Perry. Can I just talk about how incredible Corey Perry has been this season for Edmonton? Like, it's absolutely shocking that he has played as well as he has. He always seems to be in the right spot. He is always contributing something on offense. He has 13 goals this season, and he plays about 8 minutes a night, so you can never complain about the production compared to ice time. And I'm really happy for Corey Perry. This was a goal that was set up really by the Oilers' top line. They had so much pressure going, the Oilers' top line. They go for a change. Second line comes out, and then Draisaitl with an incredible backhand pass finds Corey Perry, who finds himself on the back door. He just taps that little sucker in. He just taps that little guy in there. That cute little puck puts it right in the net, makes it 2-0 Edmonton. And just like they did in October, the Oilers had a 2-0 lead heading to the third period against the Hurricanes. Except this time, they're able to close things out. Back in October, Carolina scored 2 third-period goals and then won it in overtime. Not this time, though. Carolina, I will do the edge visualizer just for their one power play goal here, just to be fair to Hurricanes fans, which, by the way, Hurricanes fans, if you're watching, good game. I hope we don't meet in the Stanley Cup final, personally, because I just have too much PTSD from 2006. But Carolina, they had the puck in the Oilers zone for a minute and a half. They were working it. They were getting shots off. And it's just a beautiful passing play between Rantanen and Aho, and just a nice tip in there for Aho, makes it 2-1. And then the Oilers, they did make it 3-1, but again, that was the Zach Hyman goal that did not count. Not sure about it. Probably could have counted, but the Oilers, they finally get an empty netter. Let's take a look at, I want to see Draisaitl here, because I want to see how much net that he actually had to shoot at. McDavid, he's obviously looking for Draisaitl, and he just rips it right off the post, which is very unfortunate. But Bouchard, he puts the puck in. There was about 0.6 seconds left on the clock for Evan Bouchard. That is his first power play goal of the season, and you know what? Let's make it an empty netter. It doesn't matter. The empty net can find a way to build some confidence in players. And for Evan Bouchard, let's see if this is a turning point for him for the power play. Let's see if that instills a little bit of confidence in his game. Connor McDavid, he gets an assist on that as well. I did think McDavid played a better game today than he had been recently. I haven't had a chance to look at the advanced stats yet. However, I do have Money Puck open, so we can take a look at the advanced stats. I actually had it open on Calvin Pickard. I wanted to acknowledge 3.1 goals saved above expected. An absolutely incredible performance by Picks, and that's exactly what the team needed. That's what they need. I'm not saying that they should get this performance every single night, because asking your goalie to save 3 goals above expected every single night is completely unsustainable. But it just goes to show how much goaltending can help your team find a way to win a hockey game. And tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, that's exactly what Calvin Pickard gave them. A great performance from him. And if we take a look at the rest of the advanced stats here, top of the team, Kasperi Kapanen sitting at about 95% expected goals for percentage. If we take a look at Connor McDavid at 5-on-5, he was actually below 50%. He was at 38% once again. If we go to the forward lines, Hyman, Draisaitl, McDavid together were great. Hyman, McDavid, Nugent-Hopkins, not very good. Arvidsson, Draisaitl, Skinner. This is a line that didn't stick together for very long, and for obvious reasons. They weren't really getting anything going there. But in terms of individual players, and if we go all situations here, it'll probably look much better. There's Draisaitl, 71% expected goals for percentage. Connor McDavid, almost 50% on the expected goals for percentage. And then if you take a look, Jeff Skinner, Victor Arvidsson, oh boy, Jeff Skinner's probably going to find himself in the press box again very, very soon, which is such a shame, because I don't think he's necessarily playing poorly, but it's a situation where he's clearly, he didn't help the team a lot tonight. So for the Edmonton Oilers, they get the win. That's all I care about as a fan. All I care about is the win, right? That's all I care about. I want the 2 points. They find a way to, well, I can't even say they salvaged this road trip. Getting 2 points out of a possible 10 is not salvaging anything. That's just preventing yourself from being in total despair and frustration. But lucky for all the fans, or maybe unlucky for the fans at home that were hoping that Carolina might win. You bunch of sickos come in and watch me freak out when the Oilers are losing. I haven't turned into Steve Dangle or the Joker yet, so we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for me to have an absolute freak out. Of course, there's going to be more content on the way here, especially when it comes closer to the trade deadline. We did see a big trade today, a couple trades today, actually. Gustav Nyquist was traded to Minnesota. You had Seth Jones traded to Florida from Chicago. That's a pretty big trade. For the Edmonton Oilers, obviously, they have not made a move yet, but it sounds like there are some rumblings. It sounds like things are kind of starting to get rolling here in the NHL. There's probably going to be a decent amount of trades trades leading up to that trade deadline next Friday. So we'll see what transpires here. We'll see what the Oilers end up doing. But for now, let's enjoy this win. Let's enjoy this weekend. You all deserve it at home. The Oilers were struggling. The fan base was in despair and distress, and we were all very upset. But I'm happy to get the win. It allows us to just kind of take a deep breath and go, okay, let's just reassess. Let's get ready for the homestand. And honestly, the rest of the schedule here. The Oilers' strength of schedule is pretty strong, like in terms of their ability to get wins. It's a favorable schedule for Edmonton, so hopefully they're able to take advantage of that, make up some lost ground, and find a way to get a few wins here leading into the deadline. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this post-game fan reaction, make sure to smash that like button. And if you really liked it, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we continue to push towards 5,000 subs. And like I said, I know a bunch of you are sickos and we're hoping to see the Oilers lose just to see what my reaction would have been. But I'm happy the Oilers won. We don't have to go down that route just yet. So we'll see you soon, Oil Country. Make sure to tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. We'll see you soon.